Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Kia in Ewing, New Jersey to check out this brand new 2024 Kia K5. This is the LXS trim in everlasting silver. So we're going to check this out today, see what Kia has done to the K5 for 2024, and also see how it fits into this midsize sedan market for 2024. So let's dig in. All right, the front end of this K5, everlasting silver is the color, which I think is a good color against this flat black on the top and bottom of the grille. The Kia badge in the middle, you got that tiger nose grille looking good. Functional side air curtains, which I like. And then, which I really like here on the LXS, is the LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals. That's a nice touch on the base K5. All right, wheel and tire package on the 2024 K5 LXS. We have a 16-inch gunmetal gray wheel, Kia badge in the middle, standard brake and rotor package, nothing fancy. Tires, we have Kumho all-season tires, 205 on the width, a huge 65 series sidewall, 16s, all four corners, front wheel drive. The full side profile in the 2024 K5, it's looking the same as the 2023. We really don't have any changes to exterior styling on the K5. The everlasting silver, though, really shows the body lines well on this vehicle, which I like. I also like the fact that we have the flat black going with the everlasting silver, only some chrome over the top of the windows and into the trunk area. So that's not bad at all. But overall, the K5 has been a good-looking car, and it continues to be. As we move in closer, we are color matched on the side view mirror with some flat black underneath. Color matched on the front and the rear door handle. The fuel filler cap is on the left side. Up top, color matched roof with shark fin antenna and no sunroof. All right, the rear end on the Kia K5. We have that nice deck lid kick up on the back with the Kia badge in the middle. LED tail lights, standard bulbs for turn signals. K5 on the bottom left of the trunk. The everlasting silver along the back, and then along the license plate area, we have gloss black. Unfortunately, those exhaust vents right there, these babies on either side, they're blocked off. So these are fake, and there's a one-sided exhaust that comes out the bottom right of the vehicle. Not a big fan of those fake vents. All right, we're under the hood of this 2024 K5, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have a 1.6-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 180 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 27 in the city, 37 on the highway, 31 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior of this 2024 K5 LXS, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this vehicle cost? Well, the reason why I picked this one is because this one has 0 options on it. Everything I'm going to show you in this vehicle today is standard equipment in the base LXS trim. There's nothing additional. So, base price for the 2024 K5 LXS, $25,390. We then need to add in destination and delivery of $1,125 from Kia's West Point, Georgia assembly plant, and you have a total factory MSRP of $26,515. The dealer has added a couple of accessories. They've added the wheel locks for $161 and the all-weather floor mats and all-weather cargo tray for additional $334. So that gives you a total vehicle asking price on the lot today of $27,010. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, we have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Those all-season K5 mats are in the car now. We also have a door sill plate in flat black plastic that says K5. Seats on the LXS manual adjust for the driver and the front passenger. And then we have black cloth material, bolstering fairly aggressive, but we have an insert design even though the fabric's all the same. So for a base price car with inexpensive appointments in it, it doesn't look half bad. All right, when we look at the door panels, what I'm really liking is I expected hard black plastic up top. It's actually soft touch, which is nice with the brushed aluminum door handle. I like that light gray trim that goes from right underneath the door handle right into the dash. I think that's a really nice look with some brushed aluminum trim underneath it. The insert now is hard black plastic, but we have a nice soft armrest with flat black on the switchgear. So they did a nice job bringing some value in materials to the front door panels in this base K5. Now up on the dash, again, we have the soft touch with some stitching. Again, this light gray material, which I like, kind of ties in the everlasting silver exterior color with the interior, and I really like that. Then we go hard plastic, and then we have a nice large glove box. Infotainment screen-wise, in the K5 LXS, we have the base system. Makes sense. We have a base vehicle, base trim vehicle. Now we have the base infotainment system, but the one advantage the Kia base 8-inch infotainment system has is it's wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. All the nav comes through your phone. You got your radio controls, you got your media controls, you got your setup controls. If you want to touch the screen, you can touch the screen because it is a touch screen, but it's a nice, easy system to figure out. And what I really like is, even though there's no Sirius XM capability in here, you have AM, FM, you can Bluetooth your phone, and you can also go up wireless CarPlay and Android Auto and bring your maps right up here on the screen, no problem. So that is a nice touch in a base trim vehicle. If we look at our backup camera, let's go to reverse, nice and large, takes up the whole screen, very clear with trajectory. Nice job on the backup camera. Like how that looks. Down below, you have your four-way hazards. You have 2 heat and air vents with some of this brushed aluminum trim that has a design on it, which I really think is quite cool. Dual climate control action, which I like here in this base K5. That's nice. We can sync it together or leave them separate. So that's a nice touch. You got the hard controls for your HVAC system. Down below, you got a 12-volt and 2 USB-A's. We need to see some USB-C's in this vehicle, Kia. It's 2024 now. We have an area for storage there with a rubber insert. Here is the gear shift that's going to take you through this 8-speed automatic transmission. 2 cup holders with some nice brushed aluminum trim. No gloss black plastic here. It's all flat. That'll keep the fingerprints away. Our Kia key fob for 2024. Same as last year, right? You have lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, remote start in a base K5. Nice touch. And that's it. We have our auto vehicle hold. We have an electric parking brake. You have your drive modes, which we'll show you when we get to the dash. We have another area for storage in here. And then the armrest, pretty soft with some stitching. You open it up and you do have an area for storage with a felt bottom. All right, K5 LXS steering wheel. It's a nice looking wheel for a base vehicle. We have soft touch on the steering wheel with nice 10 and 2 notches. You have a trim ring with Kia badge on the horn button, some nice brushed aluminum down here to lift it up a bit, flat black on the switchgear. On the left, you got your telephone voice commands and modes for your infotainment system. On the right, you have your cruise control and safety suite controls, which is a nice touch. And then on the stalks, you have your headlights and your windshield wipers on the right side. And over here on the left, you have brighten and dim the dash, lane keep assist on off, traction control off, pop the trunk, manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we have your standard analog digital combo, right? You have analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature. You have a button on the steering wheel to go through additional information in the center. So that's a nice touch. And then as we look at our drive modes, we have 4. We have Smart, starting from the left, Smart, Normal, Sport, and a Custom that you can create one for yourself. So it's a nice touch. 4 drive modes on a base vehicle, I think, is good value. All right, your overhead console is fairly simple since we don't have a sunroof. If we want to have the interior lighting come on and off when you open and close the door, this button needs to remain pushed in and remain that way. And then when you open the door, your lighting will come on. When you close the door, the lighting will go off. Sun visor with vanity and a light, so that's nice. Does it slide? Yes, it does, to block out the side sun. All right, getting in the back seat of this K5 LXS, I have this seat set for my driving position. In I go. Nice and easy, no problem. No need to duck your head. And I got plenty of room here in the back seat at 5'11" for my knees, for my head, for my shoulder width. I have plastic on the back, but that's okay. It's a base model. But I do have a seat pocket, which is very nice and very large behind the driver and the front passenger, which is a nice touch. Down below, 2 more USB-A's for connectivity, even though I think we should have 1A and 1C in the back, and up front 1A and 1C, and I think they'll be with it in 2024. On the back now, we have some cost cutting, which is understandable by Kia. We have hard plastic up top with the brushed aluminum, hard plastic all the way down, but we do have a soft armrest on the door, which is a nice touch. And I like the fact that at least they have that light gray trim running across the back door panel as well and not leaving that out. So there's their front door panel. Here's the back door panel looking good. But a little cost cutting, but not bad. Back seats, same cloth material, black with the different design on the insert, nice and soft. And then we have our center armrest. Thank you for including the center armrest in the base model. Semi-soft, 2 cup holders. So the only thing I'm really missing back here are the heat and air vents. I'm assuming they're probably in the floor area somewhere, but overall, it's not a bad place to be. Actually, it's a pretty comfortable place to be here in the back of this K5 LXS. All right, getting in the trunk of this K5, you can pop it from your key fob or from the dash, or you can come to the back. And right next to your backup camera, there's the button right there. Just hit it and it goes up, boom, like that. Not automatic, but it's spring-loaded and boom, it flies up. And look at this nice room here in the trunk of this K5. Plenty of storage space here in this K5. We have a front license plate bracket. Underneath here, we have a spare tire, so thank you, Kia, for the spare. So really nice use of space with the rear seats up in this K5. And if you want to take the rear seats down, you just have to pull these levers and then walk around to either side door and pull them down. It's a 60-40 split, 40 on the left side, 60 on the right. And now, if you don't have rear seat passengers, you got a lot more space with those seats down for those larger items. So a really great use of space here in the back of this K5 by Kia. All right, the K5 window sticker for 24. We'll zoom on in, give it the action. As you can see, no options. Factory MSRP. Fuel economy estimates. Built right here in the United States by Kia. And then your dealer accessories and asking price. Let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are out on the road in this 2023 2024. I'm gonna have to get used to saying that. 2024 Kia K5 LXS base trim. Right off the bat, great visibility out the windshield, side view mirrors, side glass, and rear glass. We have blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist action in here. Love that. Love the LED headlights as well in the base model. I think that's a great move by Kia, and that's a safety issue for me. I think all cars should have LED headlights, but also adding the LED daytime running lamps and turn signals was a nice little touch to go right on top of that. So here we come. We're going to do, real early in the drive, we're going to do our emergency stop from 3, 2, 1. Look at that, brakes, throwing out the anchors, stopping on a dime, and now taking off this 1.6 liter engine, 180 horsepower, 195 on the torque, really gets the car up to and moving pretty well. This is a peppy base model car, so I got to give Kia some credit for giving at least this base K5 a little peppiness, a little get up and go. Now we're going to do our turning radius test in 3, 2, 1. Look at that nice sharp turning radius in the K5. Nicely done. Really like how that did that. Now we got front wheel drive with an open diff In an LXS, I'm not too worried about that. In the GT, I get worried about that because in the K5 GT, you load up the horsepower like a big dog, and that's going to just spin wheels. But the front wheel drive with the open diff and the LXS with the smaller engine is fine. It gets the grip to the ground, no problem. And the handling is nice. I mean, it's got some sharp handling for a base model. So the bones of this K5 that you see in the GT line and in the GT is right here in the LXS, and you're going to get some really nice handling. I'm getting a little feedback, not a lot, a little feedback through the wheel. Handling is sharp, not vague, so that's a good move by Kia on this K5. So even if you're going to be spending only $27,000 on one of these, you're going to get some nice handling and some nice pickup. So I think that is good performance value for money. What I do like in here as far as value for money at $27,000 is you're going to get your wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You're going to get dual climate. You're going to get USB connectivity. You're going to get an 8-speed automatic and not a CVT. So that's some good value as well. You're going to get plenty of room in the back seats for passengers and plenty of room in the trunk for gear if you don't need to have an SUV. And if you don't have anybody in the back seats, you can put the back seats down and get even more room. So it's a really well put together car, really well thought out for the entry-level buyer here in the K5, and I'm really liking it. So if you're looking, and frankly, if you're looking for a good car to commute in, you don't need anything fancy, you don't want to spend a lot of money, this K5 is bringing some good value for you for the money, for that reason. And also, even if you are looking for a first car, it's a little expensive for a first car. Probably a Forte LXS would make better sense for a first car. But even if you had a little bit more money to spend, 27 grand isn't out of the realm of possibility for somebody buying their first car. And this is good value for money as far as that goes, and you get a really good ride. Solid damping of the suspension, no rattles, no creaks. Any rattle you might hear in the car today, I have the dealer plate wedged in between the dash and the windshield, and that's rattling a little bit every time I go over a bump. But other than that, this car is solid. It's quiet because I have to run this review with the radio off, so I can hear everything outside the car, and it's nice and quiet. So that's a good deal as well. It turns well. I mean, it really is bringing a lot of value, and that's why I think Kia sells a good amount of these K5s, is because it's just bringing good value to the market, and that's what the Kia brand is all about. Their obviously logo is movement that inspires, because they're coming out with some really good design, but they also bring value for money in just about all of their models and all of their trims, and this K5 is no different. So we're gonna come to a stop. We're going to give it a little acceleration test. Not going to go too crazy. It's a brand new engine. We're going to feather it in a little bit. We're going to see how she does in 3, 2, 1. And we're up to speed, no problem. I mean, it's a really solid engine as far as getting you where you want to go and up to speed easily, so I'm really liking that quite a bit. We feathered it in so it would shift just under 4,000 RPM on this brand new engine. With Kia, you have a 600-mile run-in period when you buy a brand new car, so just keep that in mind. If you get a brand new car like you get a K5 GT, don't stand on it and take it to red line until you hit 600 miles. Give the engine a little time to break in. At least that's my view. Let me know how you feel about that break-in period. I know some people think about the way I do, keeping the revs lower through the break-in period. Some other people think you should take the car engine through its entire rev range during the break-in period. So let me know how you feel about that, where you land on that deal. But as a car reviewer, I have to abide by the manufacturer specification for the engine, and Kia does specify not revving to over 44,000 RPM for the first 600 miles. So I got to abide by that because it's not my car. But anyway, good solid K5. The bones of this car are really good value for money. Let me know what you think. If you're looking for the mid-size sedan under 30 grand Is the K5 LXS something that you would buy, something that you would consider, or are you going to take that hard-earned money of yours and go somewhere else in this class, maybe to the entry-level Accord or the entry-level Camry, something like that? Let me know what you think in the comments, or maybe to the sister brand Hyundai Sonata. But let me know what you think in the comments. But I want to thank Ciocca Kia here in Ewing, New Jersey for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Kia K5 LXS for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.